Well, guess what? I'm live. Okay. Uh, I had something I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. I ripped it up and tore it away and threw it away. What did I do that for? Oh, I did so many stupid things in my life. Well, I guess we all have. Um, it's I'm surprised that Donnie. He's actually running around looking for help now. He refused help when they didn't really volunteer it, really, but he refused it and said he didn't need it. This is all about the Iran war, of course. And now he says he needs it to reopen the Straits of Hormuz. That guy doesn't understand that area of the world at all. Um, we never did, they used to say during the Afghan war, if you killed an innocent Afghani, uh, or even if they weren't innocent, you say you killed a father of a family, you developed 100 martyrs, and 100 people wanted him more to fight to make you dead. That's why you couldn't win over there. People care what these other people did, which you killed their sons or their daughters or something like that. And maybe it wasn't you, but maybe it was a result of an action you took. They just decided they were going to fight you. That's what I was told. I wasn't there, so I don't know any of this firsthand. These are my friends used to tell me these stories, and people I knew that or I would run into Tony Bar or not that were over there. They tell you the same story. And the reason that people came back so fucked up is because you couldn't tell who your friends were. And when I was in basic training, um, what war was I in there for? I think I was in there during Vietnam. Yeah, similar war, Vietnam. Their biggest enemy were themselves. Black people fighting white people. It was a big racial conflict that people just didn't understand what's going on. That's why I'm not surprised about Trump's white power movement. What I'm real surprised about is uh, the black people I guess, became educated or more or less doing it with or attempting to do it with less violence now than before. It was it was it was a bad thing. Um, but now it seems that you have the Hispanic population in here that doesn't really. I don't know whether they want to fight the Arabs or not, or do they feel compassion for them. I don't know enough Hispanic people to be able to sit down and talk about that. Not anymore. I don't know them because I don't. I'm in a Hispanic country, but it's an entirely different point of view down here as opposed to up there. Up there, you're in a country that's involved in wars with them. Down here, you're involved in trade. And I don't know how much trade is done with Africa over here, or the Arab nations. So I don't know. It doesn't appear that we have a lot of Arab population, or if they even want to live here. It's a kind of a wet weather that they can't deal with. And you have the cartels running a lot of the countries. The politics down here are controlled by the cartels, whether they be business cartels or drug cartels. It's cartels. It's a strange situation, but that's the way it is. Uh, hello, 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 hello. My microphone just went. Seems like my mic just went dead. Hold on a second. I gotta check this out. No, it's working okay. All right, just the indicator on my screen says my mic's not working, but I don't know. Maybe you can't hear it. Maybe it's just the screen is dead. I don't know. The stream. but we'll see. Later on, we'll find out. Ow, whew, getting hot in here. Uh, what else is happening? Um, well, you know, Trump isn't happy with the politics. One of the things I'm seeing on the internet, and I don't know whether this is true, and I'm seeing this in CNN News and BBC News, is that they're not quoting Donald Trump a lot. He's not. Um, I don't know whether he's staying out of sight or if his remarks just people just don't want to hear about it anymore because they're stupid because he's losing his mind. I don't know. Uh, I do know that he likes to be the center of attention. So if he's, I'm expecting something very nasty from him soon. You know, that's just his nature. But he's looking. He's looked at the. He knows he's going to lose the midterms. I don't. I just, you know, they're not well liked. These people, and that'll go for a cycle or two, and then the Republicans will be back in power. You know, because people won't like what the Democrats do. It's funny. I've seen this. Oh, I saw this in segregation, um, where a black student couldn't get into a college, or a white student couldn't get into what they call reverse segregation, when a white student couldn't get into college, and they blamed the opposite race. You know, uh, it's stupid because I mean I got into college and I wasn't the smartest person in the room. You know, you can if you apply, you can find a college that'll take you. Just because you can't go to the university you want to, I couldn't go to the university I wanted to because I couldn't afford the airfare. You know, my parents couldn't afford the airfare to get me there, and I wasn't getting scholarship. You know, uh, so it's like my brother. My brother had his IQ. My brother was one of the is probably one of the smartest people I've ever met. Weirdest person, weird but smart. And he ended up going to the Merchant Marine Academy on a football scholarship because they offered it to him. He didn't seek it; they offered it to him. Coach had seen him play, liked the guy, ran into him at the produce counter in the A&P. That's how he got into school. You know, it's just that's so I you know, uh, and you know the story which I've always said. I've mentioned it several times. I said, you know, I got my ass kicked in the fifth or sixth grade. I'm not sure which one because I can't remember the years or anything like that, but I can remember I could see the schoolyard and everything else, you know, and what happened. And I said to a black kid that I never really hung out with black kids or seen black kids in my school. Black, not Indian or something like that, black. And this kid was, I think I was like 10. This kid was like 16 in the fifth grade, you know. And I think he might have even driven to school. I don't know. Anyhow, he came up to me and he said, "Yo, what's up, nigger?" And the next thing I know, my nose was on the wrong side of my face. And a lot of things went down, and my mother was called in, and my mother said, you know, I basically started it, and I don't really think I started it by anything, you know, but he started it, and the reason was that's the way I heard my father talk about black people. I didn't know any better. I'd never been around him or anything like that. And I wish the kid hadn't gotten thrown out of school because I would have liked to hang out with him and learn something, you know. Learn how to throw that right cross, boy, I'll tell you that. I would have liked to have known that. But, you know, it didn't work out that way. The kid was expelled. He went to jail. I don't know what happened to him. He disappeared after that. Uh, he could have got drafted for all I know. But that's what my first experience. I mean, I had other experiences just the same way, you know. But my mother always told me, I said, you know, we can't survive without them in this country. I said, in order for this country to survive, it has to survive as one people, not a little bunch of people. And that's what's happening now. We're becoming little bunches of people. That's what's giving Trump the edge, because his bunch of people is bigger than the other bunches of people, and the other bunches of people don't want to talk to each other. So there's the answer. If you want to get rid of Trump, you got to get the other bunches of people to talk to each other. You have to start learning how to get along. Tough deal, man. It really is. But that's what has to happen. You know. I don't see anybody here today either. I don't know what's going on. But anyhow, that's me. I have to figure out the time differential exactly and see if I can get on earlier. I doubt it. Uh, just with the things I have to go through, you know. A little bit of raised voices out there. Hope my wife's on the phone and not talking to the cleaning lady. Because they put things back differently, and that drives her insane, makes me violent. You know, I go looking for something for, years it's been there, and now every time somebody comes in to clean, it's in a different place. They can't even put it back in the same place they put it in the last time. They put it where they think makes sense. You know, it doesn't work that way. All right, listen up. What happens when I see this? Happens when I do the video first. I ran out of things to talk about, and I'm tired, and I get grouchy, and I'm bored. And look at Lucy. Okay, she had a great morning. She ran all over the side of that hill with her girlfriend this morning. While my friend and I sat and talked politics. Oh, my back is paying the price for that. Anyhow, go subscribe to my videos, please. I was lucky enough to make it to the home page of YouTube once. I doubt if I'll ever be back. Who knows? But, you know, I try to make these interesting, and the problem is that I have to find a new news source because CNN's becoming boring and less complete with their various analysis of situations. So it's a little harder for me to come up with stuff to fascinate you and with my sparkling intellect and wonderful personality. Yeah, screw this. I'm out of here. I know it hasn't been a long video, but you know what? I'm tired, and it's late for me. I have to start getting ready for lunch. So anyhow, listen, subscribe to it, and you can always check out the other video too. And I have well over 1,000 videos on YouTube between the posted ones and the ones that were live. So in my archives. So everybody take care. If you want, I'll send you I'll send you a nice picture of me, so you can put it on a dartboard or hang it up at the gun range or something like that, and shoot the shit out of it. All right, everybody, take care. I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow.